Hello, it's Jang here with a look at a LEGO Jurassic World set. This is Raptor Rampage. Comes with 324 pieces officially. That includes 3 minifigures that we'll look at later in the video. First up, we've got our 2 Velociraptors here. That's Blue on the left and Delta on the right. They are trained and named, and they've got their little helmet setups, their harnesses for cameras. You can see a little camera on the top of each one. Nice prints. You know, these are exactly the same in their design between the two of them. They use the same molds, but they have different prints to distinguish them, and they're done differently. So you see you've got the little frills around the edges here, around the edges of the olive color, whereas Blue has less colors along the tail, and it's just a little bit more of a clean, actually a more contrasty color scheme. Now let's go ahead and take these harnesses off. Now you can see those prints a little bit more clearly, especially around the eyes, and each of these can rotate their head around quite a bit, which looks pretty realistic where they've put the joint there, even though it is just a single axis joint. You can open up the jaw all the way only. There's no in between there. I guess maybe you could, yeah, you can kind of get it to hold without clicking. It's just a little bit tricky, but that works. It's a good looking mouth. It's got a lot of depth to it, and you can move the front, the little arms, if you will, up and down, and as well as the main rear legs independently. You've got the toe that's pointed upwards, and you can kind of get these into a running pose. Just takes a little bit of practice. Also a little bit of balance, because that guy really now wants to fall over. It's much easier to pull it off if you put it on a studded base, because of course it is Lego, so it will fit onto anything that's studded. And you've got some prints on the tops of these guys as well, especially on the heads. Pretty good looking little dudes. Now this is a Unimog or Unimog, and I'm a big fan of those in general, so it's always great to see those combined with Lego to get something that looks fairly realistic. This one is lifted up a little bit too much. It would have been nicer if they could have brought the wheels or the tires closer into the wheel wells. Would have looked a little bit more realistic. I think the whole cab section looks very nice. It's got a nice amount of detail with the grille and the bar there on the front and all the lights that they put on it. It does have quite a number of individual stickers, so one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. But I do believe that you can leave some of those off. If you really dislike stickers, these are important for realism to the trucks in the movie, but I think that they don't add too much, especially these ones up top, to the look of the vehicle on the whole. These on the back, I think they're fairly important to the look, but that's just my personal opinion. I do think that this looks a little bit plain from the back, especially with this plate piece and how just plain and open that is. These side pieces are a little bit plain as well, but I really like all of this up through here. Now this section back here is actually removable. If you want to take all of that off, it actually slides out, so you can just leave that behind if you want and just turn this into kind of a frame truck or a kind of like a pickup truck, but it's very empty in the center. You see that they kind of skimped on parts there that they didn't need. Most of the time you're going to have this on it though, and this can also be opened up. Obviously we've already seen that you can open it up from the back. You can also open it up from the top to see inside of there. It's a little bit empty, but the way this is set up, you're supposed to be able to use this little helicopter rotor base piece in conjunction with the turret that's up on top of this thing. So this is something that has an actual spring-loaded projectile launcher in it. You're supposed to be able to launch out, you know, a tranquilizer, a large tranquilizer unit, shoot that off. This is just for looks to be more realistic, and then this is the one that you actually shoot. They include an extra one of these. You can use it as a turret up above, as you just saw, or you can also just connect it to this base. It just slides right in there, and now it's just a little emplacement, so you can put that somewhere and have it just as a manable turret on the ground. And then this is also intended to be transportable inside of here, so they've got the little rails on the sides that this will fit into. If I can just get it lined up, there it goes, and that'll push all the way in there and just kind of loose that a little bit, loose that one bolt, and then see that'll fit completely inside, which then gives you a cleaner look on the outside if you want to. But this is It has just a little bit of a mobile lab kind of setup. You can also bring one of your Raptors up inside of here a little bit. It's kind of awkward, I guess, doing that, but this is intended to be a place where you would bring a sick captive in to diagnose him. You see you've got a medical diagnostic computer screen right there, and then there's also one on the other side there. They also make it so that you can easily remove these little computer units just like this. You can use them outside. Just for the sake of completeness, I do want to show you the inside of the cab of the truck here. It's got opening doors on the sides, and there's not a whole lot there. It's really designed just to have one single driver who would sit in the center, and then you see he's got his little steering wheel. The set is really good for fans of the movie and its characters because this one does include both Owen on the left and Claire in the middle. On the right is just a random ACU or Asset Containment Unit officer with the full vest on as well. Got some nice uncommon colors for the hair pieces there. The ACU vest is a recolor and reprint from the Lego movie and its super secret police SWAT vet. And he's carrying a tranquilizer gun. Claire has a cell phone, and Owen just has a dagger. And taking a look at the prints from the back, you can see what the prints look like on their torsos, and you'll also find that you do get a couple of alternate faces there. And the ACU officer has additional printing underneath the vest. If you take that off, you can also see some on the front. And the last thing in this set is this bike, this older style motorcycle for Owen, and it's a set that we've gotten before as far as its molds are concerned, but here we get it in the dark green color for all of the upper section of it, which is collectible for folks who are into that kind of thing. I like this set overall. I think that the highlight of the set is the pair of Velociraptors and their unique prints, and also getting those minifigures, the important ones, I think is really good. Unfortunately, I think the weakest thing of the whole set is what contains most of the parts, and that's the truck. Mostly because I think it's lacking down below as you look at it from the outside. The lower half of it is a little plain, and then the inside of the main box unit on the back is just completely empty and mostly not used. You know, a lot of the time you'll just leave that turret up on the top of it. So that's a little bit lacking. I think that it looks really good from the outside, especially from the waist up, but maybe not the best use of the parts count. That's it for my thoughts about this set, but as always, please do feel free to share your thoughts down in the comment section, including if you disagree with my opinions. Stick around for more of my review videos because more are on the way very soon, as well as custom builds. Catch you later.